Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to look at a Stihl BG85 handheld blower. Customer complaint is that it won't start, and if it does start, it doesn't run worth a crap. So we're going to pop this carburetor off of here and take a look and see what he's got going on. I had already pressure tested the fuel line. We're good there. You would think pulling this carburetor off of here would be easy to do. It's not hard to do, but it's a little bit more involved than it needs to be. And you'll see why here in a minute. So we got the air filter cover and holder off of the carb. We're just cleaning up a little bit here. Crack the cap before I pop the fuel lines off the carb so that there's no pressure in the tank to blow fuel out all over the place. So you saw there that I couldn't just slide the carburetor off. The throttle trigger linkage is still connected to the carb, so we have to access that. Looks like there's 3 or 4 screws here holding the orange starter cover on. Still won't come off.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
So we got the other fuel line out of the way. That wasn't holding it up. Now we're going to have to take 3 or 4 more screws out and get this handle out of the way. And the only thing holding it right here is that yellow sticker. We just get that to pop and then she'll come off. Once that handle is separated, we can remove the trigger from its pivot and then just unhook the throttle linkage from the carburetor. Like that. Now the carburetor will slide right off. We don't have a replacement gasket, so we want to make sure that one's not damaged. So the carburetors themselves, I mean, if you need a carb kit for them, C1Q, you got to know the brand S and 68, the model of the carburetor. Then we're going to look it up in our Oregon book and get a kit part number. And then if we have that one in stock, yay. If not, we'll have to get it shipped in or look at a different aftermarket brand. I like using original Walboro and Zama kits when I can. That's not always the case. You saw me scribe a line there on the carburetor, so I put it back together the right way. At this point, I don't need to be doing that. It's just a habit, and I still do it. So check out this metering diaphragm. Listen to it. Yeah, it's stiff. So what does that mean when it's stiff? It means that it either is going to not be able to flex enough to push on a metering lever and let fuel into the carburetor, or it's going to always be pushing against the metering lever and always be letting fuel into the carburetor. Usually in that case you'll see a flooded situation all the time, or hydro-locked, or fuel coming out the exhaust. Or in some cases it will still work, but not very good at all. And I guess the trick is to have, if you see enough of them, you kind of know when you got to open up the carburetor and just go in. If it's not responding to carburetor adjustments, or you find that you have to add a half or a full turn just to make the thing run right when no one screwed around with it beforehand, then odds are pretty good you need to go in and take a look at the carburetor. So we've got our kit installed. We're going to put things back together. We got the fuel lines put back on. Wipe the big chunks off of this gasket. Put the now we'll get our throttle linkage on first. Look at that, we're going to put the handle on right away. Now, when I was editing this video, I was a little worried about this. If you look at the bottom of the handle down by the yellow sticker, I never got that end locked into where it was supposed to be. And that kind of bothers me. But this blower went to a coworker, so at least it didn't get out there in the general public and someone's scrutinizing my work or something like that. So this piece here is insulator, I guess. Don't go that way. I don't even understand why that would be right there. I don't think it is an insulator. I think it's just backs up this plastic air filter holder just so it doesn't warp, because we're already on if you're insulating heat from the carburetor, I don't think you do it from right there. Now here's a stupid little trick that I use if you don't have a magnetic socket or you can't get in there straight. Just take your magnet tool and stick the nut to it, and you should be able to get enough of a turn. Take a look here. You should be able to get enough of a turn to get the thread started. That's all you need. Half a turn, full turn, whatever. Then we'll get this torque down to 0.75 ugga-dugga. Make sure our choke function is working. Put our dirty air filter back in it. We see a lot of these Stihl blowers come through the shop. That's not necessarily because they're bad. I suspect it's because there's a lot of them out there. One problem that they do have is the spark arrestor screen plugging up all the time. This one just happened to be okay.
Pipes.
So we're going to get this thing, see if she fires up. That's all I got for you on the Stihl BG85 handheld blower. Thanks for watching. Later.